Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Robot Rumble 2 Building a Robot. In today's episode, we're, building a robot that I picked, or I guess I didn't pick it. The randomizer wheel right here picked it in the previous little episode that I made. It selected, spoilers, a nightmare-styled robot that's blade spins downwards instead of upwards. So we're going to be creating a pretty giant vertical spinner today, and I'm pretty excited for it. I haven't really made a giant spinner, and it's about time that I finally do it. So let's jump into the robot workshop and start creating our robot. Okay, so I kind of got the chassis shape that I want to go for. Like I said, we're doing a robot similar to Nightmare from BattleBots. Here's a picture of Nightmare. So yeah, it's kind of a weird robot. It's actually one of my favorite robots, and I'm really excited to make it, to be honest, but I don't really know where to start because it's such an oddly shaped robot, and I'm pretty much gonna have to do this for the chassis, which is gonna be a little weird. I've never really built on a slant before, so yeah, I don't really know what to do right now. Give me probably I don't know, in real life it's gonna take me about 30 minutes to figure out, but I just want to get the legs down. Try to get a base for the legs so it actually can stand. So I'm gonna give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna figure this out, and I'll be back once I have kind of the skeleton of the leg base that I want. So I'll be right back. So I got down the legs of this robot, and I'm not super happy with them yet, but they're going in the right direction at least. So, when the robot lays down, it kind of looks like that. It's nothing crazy. I can't move it yet either, so I can't really get a good view on exactly the dimensions of this robot. So I might actually just place down the motors for the drive just so I can see what it looks like. Just place it back here. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Just a quick test to see how the robot would look when it drives. It doesn't get a lot of friction yet because of the weird shape, I'm assuming, but it's looking like it can do it. And just like how Nightmare has problems, I have a feeling that this robot, when flipped, it's gonna be doing a lot of wheelies, kind of like that, and then it could just get flipped and move around upside down. So I might have to plan a Shreemic for this robot early. I'm not quite sure, but it actually, I'm not upset with the shape right now. It's a little, the degree angle is a little bit too obtuse, I guess. I don't really know. It's too up, if that makes any sense. It looks a little better. I'm not a big fan of that anymore. I think the angle that it was is a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little too weird to me still. Yeah, that works. I can't complain about it, I guess. It's just too tall, I guess. I might have to fix... Whoa! Didn't expect that. The angle from the base plate... Let me see if I can pull up closer. So the angle from the base plate, the chassis, is too much. I want it to be more of a flatter... Not a flatter, but like this. So how do I fix that? I feel like I'm just making it taller at this point. Am I wrong about that? Like if I move it, let's just say right here. I'm not gonna keep it here, obviously. It looks better. Huh, interesting. So I gotta move the wheels up a little bit. I like that angle from the chassis base plate right there. But I'm not quite sure if I want the wheels to be there. So I'm still testing out a lot of stuff for this robot, but I kind of came up with my own little blade design. I think it looks really good, to be honest. I still have some edits to do on it. I want to kind of have a bar just to kind of make it a little more realistic to connect the two, but I'm not quite sure. It almost reminds me of a double-edged axe. I think it looks really cool. I also set up the robot so it can operate, and I set the motor to go downwards instead of upwards. Granted, it won't be as efficient. It will, it does a lot of damage from the looks of it. I also might have to move around where the blade connects because I have plenty of room. As you can see, when it spins to where the floor is, there's at least like a foot of gap right there, and yeah, it gyros a lot. I saw someone in my comment section write down that I would accidentally make a gyro walker with this Nightmare themed robot because I really didn't want to make a gyro walker, and yeah, I think I'm about to. But look at that, pretty big hit right there. The belt glitched out, so I'm not quite sure what that means. But it does quite a bit of damage. I can't complain about it. I also have the new gray belt on, by the way, which is pretty fun. It's right here. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. The gray belt. It's new. But yeah, I'm still kind of tweaking this robot. Like I said, I want to move this down a little bit. I hope that's not too much. Nope, that's good still. Let's see if that does anything. Oh, no. This box fights back. Oh, I definitely need to add something. I'm not sure what. Ooh, ooh. Let me show you real quick. So I'm gonna set this to be upwards instead, so it does an uppercut instead. And as you can see, it's a little bit more efficient. I don't, you know, flip over immediately, which is big, but that's not how this robot's supposed to be designed. I also got way bigger gyro through this direction of speed for some reason. So that actually might be a good thing to just keep this at reverse direction so it spins upwards or downwards instead of upwards. I still get gyro, but not as much. I've been doing a lot of work on this robot since I last cut the video portion, but I just wanted to share what I've been doing, and I'm really excited for it. It's coming along pretty well, to be honest. I added a bunch of kind of connectors, like little supports that make sense to me in a way. So I kind of added that. I kind of want to connect this part maybe up to the motor mount area. I'm not sure yet, but something similar to that. I'm also trying to go for a little theme right here. I put the actual design of the weapon right here as well to kind of act as a wheel guard, and I think it could work. I'm gonna have to color the robot and see how it comes from there, so I think I might actually color it next. And I'm not sure what colors I want to do. I don't really have a theme for this robot either. Somebody in my Discord did say that a Viking theme could be cool because of the dual axe kind of shape of the weapon. So I might consider doing a not a dual, what am I talking about? A Viking theme, which could work. I just don't know what to color Viking theme stuff. I guess I could do some research on Vikings in general. I know they come from Sweden, right? They're Swedish? I could be totally wrong. Norway? Oh god, I'm just embarrassing myself at this point. I don't know geography that much, so yeah, it's not my fault. I just started learning where the European countries are, and that's a big step for me. So I don't know. I like this robot so far. I also added these little spikes. These are going to change. Right now they are just there to kind of, so if I hit something, I won't flip over. So like when I turn now, I don't flip anymore because of that little spike that's on the floor, which is really good. It kind of just makes me do a wheelie. It works on both sides, and the ones in the back work like 50% of the time. As you can see, I just got flipped over right there, but if I can somehow get it to work, sometimes it does its job, which is nice. So like I'm hitting this right now, and there we go. It kind of helps a little bit. Nothing crazy though. Like I said, about 50% of the time, this robot still gets flipped over, which isn't good. But we're in the right direction at least. But I really want to start coloring this robot, so I'm going to do some research, and I'll get back to it when I have at least 3 colors in mind that I want to do. Like, of course, I could just do purple and gold, which, in my opinion, because of the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings, I just think of purple and gold when Vikings are mentioned. But I feel like we could do something better. I want to kind of look up like Viking flags. They had to have had flags, I'm assuming, or at least some sort of icon to represent their clans or villages or whatever. So I kind of want to do some research on that and kind of pick one of those. So I'll be right back once I do a little bit of research, and we'll get it done. Okay, I think I kind of got what I was looking for. I did not know anything about Vikings from what I've learned. Yeah, Scandinavian. That's pretty cool. I mean, I was kind of right about Sweden and like Norway, but anyways, there's a lot to learn about Viking culture. And I didn't skim through it, but I tried my best to learn it. I'm kind of stupid, so I took my time, but I found this banner. that is usually ran. I'm pretty sure the Vikings TV series also has this in it. It's the Raven banner. It's kind of like a raven bird, some sort of bird flying in the sun. And apparently that's what at least most chieftains, like various chieftains of Scandinavia, that's what the banner that they had going. Who knows? I think I'm going to use that. I like the colors of it as well. It's red and black, which is a pretty cool combination, obviously. I might sprinkle in some whites, some grays maybe, to kind of get this all together. But here is the hex color for that red on the flag itself. So I think I got it in perfectly. And now we just got to start coloring this robot to see if we need to add anything to it. This isn't going to be the color of this. I just wanted to put it down somewhere. So I'm gonna start coloring and figure out what we need to do. And yeah, let's get this thing colored real quick. Okay, so obviously this isn't how it's going to stay. This is not the final paint job of this robot, but I just wanted to get it colored and have a theme so I can actually truly start working on a robot, you know what I mean? Also, I forgot, we can color these, which is a pretty cool thing, so I'll just color them black for now. Like I said, those aren't staying, so nothing to really worry about. But yeah, I like the color combination, red and black, a little bit overused. But I'm like a hipster when it comes to stuff like that, so I don't like doing stuff that is done often, but I like it. I haven't done many red and black robots before, so I think this will look pretty good. Now I also have to start working on a front part right here to protect the wheels. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm gonna do for that, but we're gonna get that figured out in the future. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the red blade as well. It kind of stands out a little bit too much. Like if I did a gray would look cool. Something with a gray maybe. I like that. I'm still just coloring the robot. I shouldn't be coloring it right now, but I don't know. I like the looks of all this right now. It's coming together pretty well. The robot isn't obviously there yet, so I gotta still work on it. The gray blade really looks better to me. I don't know why. I like, when it comes to weapons, I like them just being like gray. Like, I don't know. If they're too crazy colored, I'm not a big fan of them for some reason. I mean, sometimes, yeah, they look cool, but the gray is just simple and it looks great. I think it looks more realistic too. I know you can paint stuff, but yeah, I like that. I like that right now. So I'm gonna continue working on this robot, get the chassis finished and fix this whole mess right here. And probably work on the front guards, and then we can start decorating it. I definitely want to put that Raven banner somewhere on here. I don't know where yet. There's not really a lot of space for it. Maybe just put the name of the robot here and keep it simple. That might be the best. I also want to try to make it not look like Nightmare as much, which is a problem because this looks just like Nightmare. And I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. But I will be back once I get the chassis finished and this robot is pretty much completed. So I'll be back. See you guys in a second. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but I think it's done. I think I finished it, and it only took me one day, which is kind of making me think that like maybe it's not done, but I like it a lot. I called it Raven God. I don't love the name, so I'm looking at you guys right now. I need a name for this robot, all right? Comment section, I'm looking at you. I need some help because Raven God, that's the best I can do. I don't know. Once I reveal this robot for you guys, I definitely need some name suggestions from all y'all because this is not cutting it for me. But anyways, here we go. You ready? You ready for this one? Ooh, look at that, Raven God. It's a bad name, but it definitely looks pretty cool, I will say. I really like this robot a lot. Look at the, I love this design, this little logo right here. It's kind of the raven bird thing. I don't really know what it is. It's a raven bird thing. I also implemented the sun. So the flag that I was talking about has a raven on it, and it also has this sun. Kind of like, not cartoonish, but it's a cartoon vibe, I guess, of a sun kind of. It looks like this right here. The raven's on the inside, and that's the sun. So I added that also to this robot, and this is it. This is the robot right here. I think it looks really good, to be honest. I'm really happy with it. I did a lot of work on the weapon, because the weapon, it looked cool. It just wasn't doing that damage that I really wanted to do, because the bite wasn't there because the weapon's so huge. The point of contact was about up here, so I actually just put a cube in from the original design. As you can see, this is the original design, the shape. I just added a cube to it, which now gives it a lot of bites, which I think is pretty cool. And I added some nuts and bolts. Everything, to my opinion, looks pretty decent, and this robot's ready to fight. We're capped out at 109.41 kilograms, which I think is pretty decent. And yeah, what do you guys think of this robot? I like it a lot. It's definitely a cool looking robot. It's one of the first times I've ever really messed with red and black. I added some glow to it. You may be thinking like, why are these two colors different? They're actually the same color, just this one has glow, which kind of emulates an LED light attached to it. So I was kind of like, maybe the weapon can have some glow on it. And when it spins up, it could look really cool in the arena. So that's what I'm thinking of right now. I haven't even tested this robot, okay? The most I've done was come in here, throw down a 100 kilogram crate, and just hit it. that's all I've got. When I stop the weapon, it kind of does a somersault, if you will, but it catches itself half the time. If it goes up to full speed and then I stop it, it then falls on its face. But it's fine. It's fine. But I'm loving the robot, to be honest. I think it's a really cool robot. I love nightmares, so I'm happy I could finally do a nightmare themed robot. So yeah, I don't know. Let's jump into the Robomania arena though, because a robot that really stood out last episode by the name of Fish Power really just made a very, very crazy, I guess, friendly debut, an exhibition debut. It really knocked out Destiny Bond, I believe it was. I forget who it fought, but it was an insane fight that I didn't expect Fish Power to win, and there was just winning, just my man, just killing it. But let's see if Raven God, I hate that name. Let's see if Raven God can upset Fish Power in this fight right here. Alright guys, here we are. We're in the exhibition battle. It's been a couple days since I've last recorded, and the reason for that is I posted a picture of Raven God on my Discord, and thank you everybody who helped. As you can see, it looks completely different now. I added a completely new weapon that doesn't look weird, and it actually does good stuff now. So hopefully this robot will be good now. It's also going up against the most previous episode, which is the community build Frostwave robot. I'm excited to see how this fight's gonna go for a couple reasons. Raven God at least needs first of all, needs a new name. Still looking at you guys in the comments section. I hope you have some good comments down there. And I'm curious to see how it's going to deal with a horizontal spinner, especially because I did not really put that much effort into those little wedges on the bottom, and I'm curious to see if they're going to be good or not. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this matchup and see who wins this. We're going to be doing it in the Battle of the Rookies arena, which is almost completed. And I'm excited to see how this is going to come out, just because, like I said, testing out Raven God first of all, and we have another robot that's really good by the name of Frostwave, who performed really good against Fish Power, I believe. A wedge has come off, but as you can see, some good hits are being done by Frostwave and also Raven God. Raven God got flipped over for a second, and those wedges seem to be holding right now. The wedgelets, not so much. Raven God goes flying like crazy. That is insane. I can't believe how much this robot is flying around. A wheel has come off of Frostwave, and Raven God is still trying to figure out where the heck it is right now. A huge hit right there. Ooh, you love to see it. Oh, another huge hit. The wedgelets, or one of the forks of Frostwave, that Frostwave, yeah, has come off. This robot is spinning in the downward position, by the way, for Raven God. The weapon is spinning overhead instead of an uppercut, which I'm very curious to see. Raven God being a little aggressive right now, chasing down Frostwave. Frostwave turns around the corner, gets a good hit from the side. And the thing that I'm worried about, at least for Raven God, is this. Spinning around, it doesn't turn very well. And as you can see, they're kind of chasing each other, which obviously that's my bad. That's my bad on the the AI code. But there's a nifty little feature added to the game. You can spawn them back at their original position. So if they get stuck like that, boom, back at it again. And I think I'm going to be using this more. Something has come off of Raven God, and it is something that makes it not flip over. That is huge. I'm very curious to see if it can actually flip over, and it does! Oh no. This is a brawl right now. Oh my goodness, both robots are putting it all in right now for an exhibition fight. This is a friendly, guys. This is a friendly. A wheel has come off of Raven God. The little wheel guard also had come off. Part of the bite, one of the teeth have come off of the weapon of Raven God as well. Oh no. This is looking like the beginning of the end for Raven God, but a great fight altogether. This is definitely the best fight we've seen so far out of the episodes of the Battle of the Rookies so far, at least for the friendlies. And the weapon has stopped. Smoke and sparks are coming out of Raven God, and it looks like Frostwave is controlling it now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot wait for the Battle of the Rookies if it's going to be anything like this. But Frostwave, in classic form, wedges itself up against the arena wall. But it's going to be going to a judge's decision, I think. It is. I don't know. That was a great fight. Either way, if it goes to a judge's decision, Frostwave wins. If we got, I'm not gonna really care that much because, like I said, this is a friendly exhibition fight, so none of this matters. This is just for fun. But if this somehow went to, if we slow-mo the counter and the time, if Frostwave hit 0, then Raven God won that fight. That was what a spectacular ending that was for this fight. Sparks and smoke and just an ultimate brawl. Wow. I honestly cannot believe that how good that fight was. That was honestly a spectacular fight. I hope you guys stayed for this episode because that was really just a great fight in general. I'm excited for the Battle of the Rookies, guys. This robot needs a few more tweaks. I did not expect this whole thing to come off, which was unfortunate, but you know, it went up against a horizontal spinner, so what can you really say? It dished out a lot of damage. I will say that. It looked good doing it, and it was just a fun overall fight. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Bot Building. We built a really cool robot today. It was such a fun episode, in my opinion. This was an episode that I had such a fun time doing because it was such a unique robot. It didn't have like a normal chassis. I had to do a lot of support building, and just decoration wise, I really enjoy this robot. I believe we are at 12 robots now, so 4 more are to come, 3 of those being the community build robots. I am so excited for Battle of the Rookies to start. Next episode, by the way, is going to be a flipper robot. We built it on the community build. I shouldn't say we. I kind of dictated how everything went. I didn't touch this robot at all, but this flipper robot that's going to be up in this next episode is absolutely stunning. It's going to be one of the most beautiful robots in the Battle of the Rookies 2. I'm so excited to show it to you guys in the next episode, so make sure you stay tuned. Hit that bell if you want to see that robot being released when it first comes out, because holy crap, guys, I'm trying not to spoil it, but this may be the coolest robot that you guys will see, and that's saying a lot because there are some beautiful robots in this game, but wow, the 8 people that put in work for this robot, for this flipper, did such an amazing job. And there was so much controversy in the first couple minutes, or the first couple builds, I guess, of that robot. I'm not gonna spoil so much, but it's an amazing robot. Make sure you stay tuned because it is going to be a very, very fun episode. The next one coming out, which should be sometime next week. So it's coming up soon. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, week, weekend, whatever it may be. And I hope you guys all have a good one.